Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here talking about some NASCAR news. Yes, I haven't done one of these in a little while, but there's not really much NBA news I can make worth for a good video, so I'll wait throughout the day, wait for more NBA news to come out. There's not any NFL, and just only a few things wrestling, so why not do a NASCAR news, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about throughout this week. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the JTG Doherty. They announced 2 days ago, I think, they signed Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to a multi-year contract extension. And this pretty much tells me, I'm assuming to make this deal happen, Kroger would have had to be on board, or there's a sponsor we don't know about. If Kroger is, but I still feel like if this deal's gonna happen, Kroger is either on board or there's some type of sponsor that we don't know about that they'll bring in next season. But they just found a replacement, or that it was just a kind of a rumor that was a lie. I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's made a mediocre driver his whole career. Like, he finished 13th in the standings last year, and there are plenty of mediocre drivers for what they have. And he was 14th in the regular season points last year before the playoffs started, so it's not like he's been bad. Most of the time, he finishes where the car can run, like where the car can. Because people forget this team he is in is not really that good. I'm not saying he's really good. Don't twist my words. I'm not saying he's really good, but he's not the problem with that team. They're the bottom half of the pecking order of how much support they get from Chevy. But he's a solid driver. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's bad, I'm not saying he's great, he's just kind of in the middle. And Kroger likes Stenhouse, so he's good with the various sponsors, so we'll see. And JTG news release quotes Gordon Smith and Brad Doherty, at least Smith, who's been a co-owner, as owner, and Doherty is co-owner, stuff like that. So, yeah, Gordon Smith's been there since like 2016, 2017. Yeah, that's all the stuff there with Ricky Stenhouse's extension. So Eric Jones yesterday, he was cleared, or no, 2 days ago, he was cleared to race this weekend by doctors, but Lacey Motor Club opted to keep Jones out of Kansas for an abundance of caution, because really high-speed track makes sense. I mean, Corey Heim will drive the number 43 at Kansas, and Jones will attend the race, though, so he'll still be at the track. But then Jones will be back in the car at Darlington in the 43. One of his best tracks. He's won at Darlington twice. But honestly, I think this is a good decision. Kansas is such a high-speed track, and it's good to hear he's been cleared. But I'm glad they're keeping him safe and just keeping Corey Heim in the car. Points don't matter. They're not pointing in. They need to win. There's no point of just, oh yeah, he's going to start, or he starts, but gets a replacement driver during the race. Like, points don't matter to them. They have to win. And in case there's a big wreck at the start and it re-aggravated the injury, that's a thought. But yeah, Corey Heim going to be driving at Darlington in that next gen car. Done a solid job at Dover. See how he does at a really tough track at Darlington. Here's William Byron's number 24 throwback scheme for Darlington. A throwback to 2009. I feel like it's a good throwback. I mean, I just wish the blend on the front was like the 09 car. The back he had flames, but then again, the Hendrick renders sometimes don't look the best, and the cars look better on the track. They should have had the yellow splitter, but they can't wrap the splitter. I might be wrong. But I don't think they can wrap the splitter, and the whole car's wrapped anyways. Like, I think they should just let them paint the cars or whatever, and not just have the whole thing wrapped. Like, and just have the splitter yellow. Yeah, that's his scheme. Connor Mozak will pilot the number 88 Chevrolet for Junior Motorsports in July, and for Chicago at the Chicago Street Course, and then at the Charlotte Roval in October. So he's drove for Junior Motorsports in the Tour Series, Cars Tour, and now he's driving their Xfinity car. I mean, I guess it's Connor Mozak, that's kind of a bummer, kind of a letdown compared to what I thought it could have been. Kind of an underwhelming. They had so many opportunities to announce a more exciting driver. Might as well get the backup car ready. Connor Mozak likes to tear up equipment. A crew chief change for Thad Moffitt for this week at Kansas tonight for the truck race with Steve Gassman, the former car chief, now the crew chief. Former crew chief Doug George served as crew chief for Jennifer Joe Cobb truck this weekend. Won't make a difference. Thad Moffitt still sucks, proving he shouldn't be in a truck ride. So the purse money for this weekend cut is $7 million and truck $770,294. Arca will get you 2 dimes, a nickel, and expired coupon to your local Menards, and a Reese's Pieces. That's So the upcoming Goodyear tire tests for cut, typically 3 cars and typically closed to the public. May 28th Iowa confirmation test, since they're so close to the race. This up later this month, so they're having a tire test there. June 4th to 5th, the Indy Oval. June 26th, 27th, Watkins Glen. July 16th, 17th at Bristol. August 20th to 21st at Martinsville. Or where they're doing these Goodyear tire tests, and those are the tracks they're doing it and the dates. Richard Petty will give the command to start engines for the Cup race on Sunday. So he never really shows that much excitement. We still have Richard Petty though. So remember Patricia Driscoll, where she had that where she basically got Kurt Busch suspended or something, put him on probation. Well, the legal saga is over with that. She was sentenced Tuesday to 2 years probation and a $75 fine. She pled guilty in 2023 to failing to maintain records on $5,874 she received from Armed Forces Foundation, which could create confusion whether it was taxable, loans, non-taxable. And she was the ex who used Nascar platform to help with her foundation for military personnel, was indicted in 2016 on much more serious fraud and other charges. But speeding tickets are a higher fine than this. The system's trash. Tried to ruin Kurt's life and got a $75 fine. And falsely accused someone of domestic violence, which resulted in Kurt Busch missing races. Well, yeah, that legal saga is over. She's on 2-year probation. That's more news. I don't think there's really anything else here. Red Jones Racing will field an Xfinity car. Number 30 will have an alliance with Stuart Haas Racing for Noah Gragson at Charlotte, Nashville, Michigan, Darlington in August. So in 5 races there, Noah Gragson will drive for Red Jones in an SHR prepared car. You know, teams are starting, some of these ARCA teams are starting to get expanding to Xfinity trucks, and it's kind of telling where the ARCA Menard series is headed. It's headed towards bankruptcy. See, I'm glad Noah's back in Xfinity. And Ford's farm system right now is just bad. And they got a wheelman behind the wheel, and they could definitely win a race because it's an SHR prepared car. It's not a Ford Red Jones racing car. It's it's a SHR prepared car under the Red Jones banner. So I hope they do, because they got a wheelman behind the wheel. And Noah's been doing well this year, so I think he can win a race. Here's Alex Bowman's throwback for Darlington as well, honoring Jimmy and Chad Canals. Man, HMS just dropping bangers. Banger after banger after banger. Brian Murphy on Twitter this morning said, "Buckle up, this year's NASCAR silly season is going to be a wild one." It's going to be interesting. No offense, but I hate when people do this. You make it out like Denny and Kyle Busch to 23-11, when in reality it could be Hemrick to say like the Wood Brothers. But hopefully it's actually big names this year in silly season. Maybe some big moves. Maybe some big shocks. I don't know. Riley Herbst is running a throwback to his family racing's history with terrible Herbst. So, that's a cool card. A Supercars Championship leader, Will Brown, is set to make his NASCAR Cup Series debut next month for RCR. It was supposed to be Brody, what's his last name? Something Kostecki? I don't know. I don't know, irrelevant. Supercars invasion continues. Jeremy Clements is driving his throwback. It'll be to Robert Presley. Good to see him honoring Robert Presley. Ryan Preece's throwback is to his 2013 NASCAR Wheel Modified Championship. It's tied with Flamingo Motorsports. See, there's not really much else to talk about. Like, I could have talked about Kyle Busch, talking about like how they're searching for the next signature superstar, but I've already talked about that in the past. But yeah, peace.